You know me, SDMT. Let's get it, baby. But before we do, make sure to hit that like, subscribe, man, and turn on my notifications, man. Shout out to the gang, man. All those that support SDMT, you got the notifications on, and when you get that notification, man, you watch that video with a quickness, man. No cap on SDMT. Now let's get to it, man. We got to see a great game Sunday, man. Huge game between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the LA Rams, man. It was a great game, man. You know, we get to see the two top, big dogs in the NFC go at it. You know what I mean? I had already picked my NFC representative in the Super Bowl, and I picked the Rams before this game, but the Rams just really made me look good in this game. You know what I mean? Because we got two stacked teams, and a lot of people didn't know and kind of like underrate Matthew Stafford. And me being a Lions fan, I always knew, you know what I mean? All he needed was support, good supporting cast around him, which he has with the Rams. And now the Rams are a problem and a whole nother team. They're the best team in the NFC. No cap. I'm telling you, pay attention, man. Because we look at that game, man. Tampa Bay Buccaneers offense, they weren't able to get off as best they could. This is broke one of their streaks of 30-point games. The Rams held them to 24 points. Tom Brady led them in rushing yards with 14 rushing yards. That's a recipe for disaster. He also had 55 passing attempts. You know what I mean? He had a pretty solid game. He didn't, he wasn't throwing off bad passes and stuff. But if you have Tom Brady at 44 years old, dropping back that many times. He took some hits later in the game. He got up kind of gimpy. That's a recipe for disaster. You can't have him putting himself back there 55 times. You got Aaron Donald on that defensive line coming at him. You know what I mean? It's not going to last long for him if that's the recipe the Buccaneers use. You know what I mean? They usually like to run the ball a little bit more, but the Rams, they got up on them. You know what I mean? They got up on him, man. Matthew Stafford had a huge game, man. He was 27-38, 4 touchdowns. You know what I mean? He outplayed Tom Brady. We're not even going to discuss that. You know what I mean? And in these 3 games now, he's only had 1 pick. You know what I mean? But he's had 9 touchdowns, man. 9. You know what I mean? 1 pick and 9 touchdowns. So he's been super productive in this Rams offense. You know what I mean? Him and McVay, they're best friends, and it's working out for them. And Cooper Kupp and Matthew Stafford, man, they got a real connection. A lot of people thought Kupp and Golf had a connection. It's on a whole nother level now with Matthew Stafford, man. Cooper Kupp is really, really getting to see how elite he is. You know what I mean? This is probably going to be a Pro Bowl season for him. We're just having an elite quarterback and a good, solid franchise quarterback like Matthew Stafford, man. Deshaun Jackson, man, he went crazy, man. He had 3 catches for 120 yards. He had a huge deep catch, you know what I mean, where he kind of flexed and styled when he got in the end zone. You already know D-Jax, that's how he gets it done. You know what I mean? That was huge for his career. He's only behind Jerry Rice in deep catches, you know what I mean, and deep touchdown catches past like 30 yards. So that lets you know right now he's ahead of Randy Moss. Deshaun Jackson, one of the best deep threats of all time. A lot of people don't even know that. You know what I mean? Pretty crazy, man. And when we look at it, man, we got to look at it like this. That defense did a great job of really bottling up that Tampa Bay Buccaneers offense, you know what I mean? They did a great job of not allowing Gronk to, just go crazy in the red zone. They used good, good schemes and good strategies. But the crazy thing about this, we go back to last year, the Chiefs whooped the Buccaneers during the season, but in the Super Bowl, it was a different game, you know what I mean? So these teams make adjustments. The Buccaneers proved that they can make adjustments. So if they do see each other in the playoffs, it's going to be a different game. I just think the Rams they're just a better team. You know what I mean? Jalen Ramsey did a great job. Aaron Donald did his thing, you know what I mean? Got a sack, his first sack of Tom Brady, you know what I mean? And then, they really bottled up. They shut down running game, so all they did was pretty much pass. And then you got Tom Brady dropping back to pass 55 times. Then you got Aaron Donald not worried about the run. You know what I mean? He doesn't have to stay honest. He got his ears back, and he's coming for the quarterback. You know what I mean? And then they double and triple team him, but that opens up his teammates to get those sacks. So when we really look at it, man, we really got to see two of the top teams in the NFL go at it, and we saw the cream of the crop, Matthew Stafford, in a big game. He started off kind of shaky, missing some throws, but once he settled in, he showed who he was, and he showed that, he's a savvy veteran quarterback. He can make the throws. He can make the throws under pressure, and he can win those big games. You know what I mean? This is a huge game. You know what I mean? This is definitely bragging rights in the NFC, and this is also a game that could be key in playoff positioning when it comes to home field advantage. So, man, the LA Rams, man, they're no joke, man. I told y'all, man, that's my pick for the NFC in the Super Bowl. You know what I mean? I'm letting you know right now, man. Matthew Stafford, I'm happy to see him shine. A lot of Lions fans are goofy as hell hating on him. Oh, man, this is bad that he's looking so good on the Rams. Man, you got to show love to somebody that's done so much, for the franchise. I've been a Lions fan my whole life. Big fan of Stafford. I'm glad to see him, with a great supporting cast around him, a good coach, and, him be able to, finish his career with the opportunity to win a championship and win in the playoffs. You know what I mean? It's like people hate on people for the wrong reasons. Stafford gave his all for the Lions. He had coming back with cracked ribs in one of the games, throwing the touchdowns, man. How can you hate on somebody like that, man? There's something wrong with you, man. You're goofy as hell, man. But let me know what you guys think in the comments, man. Were you impressed by the Rams, or do you think the Buccaneers didn't play their best game, man? Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on my notifications. And that's a wrap on SDMT!